2K Sports. In this one, you'll see the Philadelphia 76ers against the Utah Jazz. Hi everyone, Kevin Harlan with me tonight, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce is reporting on the sidelines. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for Devin Vassell.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
The starters for the Utah Jazz, Jalen Green is out there with Ivey. Then it's Jabari Smith. Then there's Williamson. And for Philadelphia, we've got Pierce. Edwards is out there with Jalen Brunson. And there's Mohamed Bamba. And it's Queen in at the 4. Coach Van Gundy, with these two bigs, I know this is a matchup you in particular are very excited about.
Yeah, Kevin, this really feels like a throwback matchup to me. With this style of game, running it through the centers, I feel like I should be on the sideline yelling at these guys.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
I was able to catch up with the head coach for Philadelphia. We talked about the problems that Zion Williamson can give a team inside. And coach said it's not about the shots that Zion makes, it's about the shots his teammates miss. We have to make sure that we body up Zion and not let him convert misses into makes. Might be hard finding volunteers willing to body up Zion. Back to you.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you.
Look at the handles. Gets through the D and then powers it home.
Such a pretty move inside. Clark, how do you stop that?
Oh my goodness. We can feel those Zion dunks over here.
Pass to Queen. Outside, Pierce. Here's Brunson. Ivey defending. Pierce with a screen for Brunson. Just 4 to shoot. No good on the triple.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And Smith with the stuff.
And guys, we're going to see a lot of that from this young man. Smith right now, beasting.
And Stan, Utah has been all about basketball. Up until last year, the Jazz the only major professional sporting franchise in the state.
Yeah, now they've got hockey, but from the venerated days of Stockton and Malone in the 80s, basketball has become effectively the state sport of Utah.
Now here's Green. Jalen Brunson missing his last shot. From past the arc. And it's Green missing.
Well, there you have it. Their first miss of the game, but still off to a solid start here in terms of shooting.
Pass to Bamba. Now here's Pierce. Knocks down the 3-ball. Pierce has got his second basket of the night.
And when your mechanics are as strong as Pierce's, putting up a quick shot is not that hard.
Back to Green. It's good. The assist that time from Smith.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they shot the basketball.
Outside Edwards. Bamba setting the pick for Edwards. Right wing. Here's Queen. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Green passes to Smith. And the shot goes in.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now here's Brunson. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game.
Well, that's part of his role. With great size, they rely on him to help control the boards.
Ivey with it. Brunson covering. Ivey dishes to Williamson. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, that's Zion showing he understands the subtleties of the game as well. Using the pump fake really well there.
Williamson taking 2 shots.
That free throw good from Williamson.
And you look at Zion. His combination of size, speed, and strength can be extremely difficult for a defense to have to deal with.
And both free throws good for Williamson. Stan, what advice would you give to coaches that are leading a struggling team?
Well, Kevin, I think the number one thing, whether you're leading a struggling team or a team playing really well or anything in between, is to just stay consistent. Keep working on the things that you know over time make teams consistent. Go out and talk about those things day in and day out and try to get your team to focus on those.
Well, let's take this chance now to bring up the rookies at the head of their class in steals this past month. Pierce in the high post. Pierce with a screen for Brunson. Looking to end the run. That's good from Paul Pierce on the assist from Brunson. Pierce has got 8 points. Utah leading by 8. Now here's Green. He's got 6. Pass to Williamson. This one for 3. They get it back. Green against Edwards. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Jazz?
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
And Greg, you watch Jalen Green, so much upside potential.
Yeah, he could be streaky, but one of the most combustible scorers in the league. When he's on, he can take over single-handedly.
And the Jazz call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated. Break in the action, let's look at the stats for Pierce. Putting up about 24 points per, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, he gives you something to build around night after night. Reliability is huge in this league.
Williamson kicks to Green. Back to Williamson. And finished off by Williamson.
Defying the laws of physics, Zion Williamson.
And a good-looking view of that throwdown from the AT&T Connected Cam. There's 42 seconds left here in the first quarter. Outside Edwards. Pass to Bamba. And here's Brunson. The 76ers another three.
Just a reflexive move by Brunson, putting complete trust in his mechanics.
Brunson against Ivy. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. 6 to shoot. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
And a deep three from Brunson. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll go to the line to shoot 3.
First team foul.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And, you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
The first one falls. Good on the second free throw. And he makes all 3.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting.
And so it's Jalen Green making highlights for the Jazz. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What do you guys think about the Jazz here in this one?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, they've made a point to get inside on this defense, and it's been working like a charm early on.
Mohamed Bamba is out there with Avdia. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Brandon Miller. And it's Pierce in at the small forward. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us, an update. Allie?
Well, many have predicted an all-star future for Brandon Miller. He said, I don't really read anything like that. I just focus on what I can do today. It's all about the work. That's the only way to get better. I just came in with the mindset of making my team better and being a winning player. Kevin?
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game. That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
And a rangy 6'7" wing GA with a smooth shooting touch. Brandon Miller fits a mold that a lot of teams are looking for.
And there's a reason he was the second overall pick in 23. He's got the potential to be an impact wing at both ends of the floor. Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Now, here's Ivy. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. That shot wide open. Smith's got 7 points.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Bamba setting the pick for Pierce. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Williamson with the bucket.
Yeah, the idea of a guy the size of Zion pulling off a move like that is frightening.
Outside, Pierce. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Utah calls timeout. And now that we have a second, let's take a look at the job these point guards have been doing since the All-Star break. Tremendous assist numbers you see right there. The 4th spot held by Jalen Brunson.
And these are the best passers in the NBA. No question about it. Every one of them is willing and able to be the floor general out there and make sure the offense is running at full speed.
Yeah, it's a talented group. Great leadership qualities, and you trust these guys to make great decisions.
Second team foul.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Williamson in the post. Defended by Pierce. Just 5 on the clock. There's Green with the 3. And with the trend grade toward a faster pitch. Do you miss watching those grinded out half-court battles that enthralled millions during the Jordan era?
Well, I miss playing more than anything, but as far as watching, the game for me is as good as it's ever been. Boy, have they gotten hot here in the second quarter. No wonder they're in front.
Puts up a deep 3. And Bamba pulls it down.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. Pierce kicks to Avdia. Brunson outside. Over Green. And it's Brunson missing.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Beyond the arc. That doesn't go either for Green. The 76ers have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Outside Pierce. Pass to Brunson. Good, and Pierce gets the assist. Now it's a 5-point 76ers lead. And so Green will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Yeah, they got into a terrific flow offensively, but a lot of that was because the defense they were facing was mediocre.
Yeah, but even against weak defense, your execution still matters. Luckily, they were able to take advantage.
And the 76ers call time here. Some changes here for the 76ers. Webb's checked in for Mohamed Bamba. And it's Edwards in for Jalen Brunson. Here's Pierce. He's got 15. Miller, the pass to Webb. Good on the shot. Webb's got the lead up to 5 now for the 76ers.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Pass to Dermonenko. Cameron, guarded by Webb. Cameron, the pass to Williamson. His three-pointers off the mark.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. And right now, Pierce is feeling it. His guys would be wise to keep finding it.
50 seconds left to play in the first half. Pass to Williamson. "13 feet away." And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
The shot by Pierce will not go.
Well, he started out with 3 triples in the first quarter, but he hasn't been able to connect from distance here in the second.
And the basket by Vassell. Vassell's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Abdia, a screen on Williamson.
Well, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot drum roll, please. They're thinking of the shot. Let's hear it for the participants.
Hello, folks. The first half is in the books, and we've got a lead on the scoreboard for the Philadelphia 76ers.
They've done a really good job of freeing up the shooters.
Yeah, with how they shot the three, the driving lane should be wide open in the second half.
And let's turn our attention now to the Rookie of the Year race.
We're in the home stretch. I don't know if I call these guys rookies now.
Yeah, we have some pressure-filled games coming up. In addition to everything else, we'll see who has that clutch gene. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. We're seeing a tremendous game from Paul Pierce.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
And so in the game for the Jazz, Jaden Ivey is out there with Green. Then there's Williamson. Then it's Smith. At the elbow, it's Bamba. Back to Brunson. Lock at 6. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Smith outside. Williamson outside. In the corner, Ivy with it. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The 76ers leading by 11. The shot by Pierce will not go. Jazz shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Pass to Dermonenko. Now here's Green. Edwards defending. 13 feet away. Green, no luck. Philadelphia shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. Pierce kicks to Brunson. And that comes off the assist by Pierce. Brunson's got the lead up to 14 now for the 76ers. Utah calls timeout. Nice game. Great performance by Paul Pierce.
Well, shutting down his three-point production has to be top of mind for this coaching staff. A new defensive approach is a must.
Here's a look at some of the stats for Jalen Brunson.
He's been playing a much bigger role in their offense over the past 5 games. It comes across in his usage rate, which has gone up during that stretch. We'll see if they continue to lean on him here tonight.
Smith feeling it out a bit. Back to Ivy. Outside, Green. Just 5 to shoot. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Smith, no luck.
Well, this is not what they envisioned coming out of the break. Missing their first 3 shots.
Good on the bucket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now here's Green. He's got 9. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And it's Mohamed Bamba with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Philadelphia on D. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Ivy. And then Ivy with the jam.
So explosive. Get used to seeing a lot of that from Ivy. Wow.
What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. Well, we're into the 3rd quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Timeout called the 76ers. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you. It's always exciting to see a player with the hot hand. Klay Thompson knows a little something about that, and he said it's that flow state that any great athlete or artist, entertainer, tries to get into. The one thing I learned is you can't force those great nights. You have to let them just happen. Back to you, Kevin.
I can only imagine what it's like. Thanks a lot, Allie. And let's see now which shooting guards have been on target the most over the last 10 games. Miller against Green. Jacks up a 3. Webb can't hit.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Green. He's got 9. Pass to Williamson. Fires from deep. Webb pulls it in.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be given.
Here's Pierce. And here's Avdia. Still scoreless. Good on the triple.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Smith outside. From deep, Green buries it from three-point range. Green's got 12 points in the game.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Timeout.
Well, clearly the defense has had no answer for them. Might be time to try something different.
Utah calls timeout.
They're calling your Philadelphia 76ers ENT, everybody.
Utah making a change here. As we approach the playoffs, let's now take a look at what is shaping up in the West. Take a look at Utah. It hasn't been a great season for them. We may see some changes in the offseason. Cameron, the pass to Vassell. Nice ball movement by Utah. There's Green with the 3. Avdia with the rebound.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Pierce inside the three-point line, and the 76ers get it back. Avdia finds Pierce to the inside. Outside, Avdia. 4 on the clock. For 3, Edwards. The rebound by the Jazz. Pass to Green. Now here is Smith. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the third. Smith sets the pick for Green. Over Miller. The Jazz again can't hit it.
You can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
Pass to Webb. Outside Edwards. And the layup falls. And the 76ers lead by 20.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Outside Green. And that one released in time, but no good. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. 76ers ahead, ending the third quarter with a tremendous 17-5 run. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Jalen Brunson. Bamba is out there with Denny Avdia. It's Pierce, and it's Edwards in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Now here's Edwards. Avdia on the wing. That's in, coming off the assist from Edwards.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Here's Williamson. It's good, with time running down in the shot clock.
Yeah, you could see Zion's internal clock go off there.
Pass to Bamba. Now Pierce. 3-pointer. Dermanenko with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Edwards finds Avdia. So, as a coach, during this long season, how do you keep your players engaged?
That's a great question, Kevin, but I got to tell you, I think it comes more to the players than the coaches. I think as a coach, you try to be consistent. You're always a little worried about fatigue. You've got to be concerned about the work and rest balance, both mentally and physically. But the players just have to be professional and get themselves ready to play on a daily basis.
Now, here's Bamba. Off on the layup.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Here's Ivey. Here's the screen. Pass to Dermanenko. Shoots over Bamba. The Jazz again can't hit it. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. They lead by 24, their biggest margin.
Phenomenal driving finish by Avdia. You know his teammates are loving that one.
Williamson is screen on Edwards. Here's Ivey. Pass to Dermanenko. Another miss by Utah. 76ers have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Avdia with a screen for Pierce. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the 76ers?
Well, they've been absolutely on fire from deep. And until the defense offers more resistance, the coaches are going to keep encouraging them to let it fly.
And their passing has been great as well. Ball movement is key in getting good looks, and they've had that down tonight.
And with all the talk about load management, coach, and player participation, what about getting rid of players fouling out?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of getting rid of players fouling out. I do like the idea, and I think Scott Skiles was the one who brought it up, Kevin, of taking like the offensive fouls and just having that be a turnover, like the illegal screen or a charge, and not charge that as a personal foul, where honestly you end up being punished double.
Here is Edwards, following the bucket by the Jazz. It's the three-point bomb.
Heavy incoming from beyond the arc, a key part of their initiative this entire fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's always a little risky to lean this hard on the three-point shot, but when you're knocking them down, you might as well keep riding.
Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 13-4 run right now. Over in the corner, Avdia. Pierce with a wide open look. Another three for Philadelphia.
Yeah, how about Pierce there? Immediately squares himself up from outside, always prepared to rise and fire. And one team is just completely outclassing.
That is a great finish!
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Back to Green. So, GA, between the NBA Cup, the play-in, the new All-Star game formats, the NBA not averse to some experimentation.
No doubt. And listen, not all the ideas have been successful, right? But overall, that willingness to innovate has paid off. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should the NBA.
So it's Philadelphia now, following the three-pointer by Utah. The shot by Pierce will not go. To the middle, here's Ivy. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Outside Edwards. There's 25 seconds left in the game. Hits it from three-point range.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Pass to Dermonenko. And that's collected by Brunson. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll do it, folks. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us tonight. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Paul Pierce.